know what? You'd wonder why someone would want to keep you confused. Like you just don't know what's happening. Or maybe even you just feel like there's something not quite right. And that's your intuition telling you that there is something that's not quite right. You feel like you're losing a grip on reality and things just, again, they're not adding up. Nothing is making sense. And you're like in your mind thinking, probably overthinking and ruminating, trying to make sense. But basically you can't make sense of it. I'm going to talk about this in the video, why this happens and why narcissists or toxic individuals will do this. There's a reason why this happens. So once you know you're not in the game anymore, you're not going to play this game, you are going to be one step ahead. Watch this video because it's exactly what I'm going to be talking about. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So I wanted to identify in this video 3 things, okay, that keep you stuck, confused. Like maybe you have a friendship or a relationship with someone that maybe you just, like you don't really know what's going on. You know that there's something off, like you know that there's something not quite right, but you just can't put your finger on it. And you know that something has been done to make you feel like this. Now, let me just tell you, right? This is not healthy and this isn't normal. Like people, when they have good intentions, they're not going to be doing this. Like this isn't going to be happening. So one thing that I will say to you is, if you're feeling like this, if there is something like in the pit of your stomach that it just doesn't feel right, I really would say to you is trust that, okay? Because that is an indicator that something untoward is going on here and like your senses can feel it. So I would say trust that. And this is something really important, just as a FYI, like hashtag side note. This is what you need to be looking at. This is what you need to be feeling. This is what I always say, my friends, connect to yourself, connect to you. Take time, spend time connecting to yourself, because this is what you really need to identify is what is going on. Like trust your senses, trust your instincts. Anyway, right, so let's get into the video. A toxic person or a narcissist will rewrite your reality. Okay, they'll make you believe something that isn't true to be true. Okay, so the reason why they do this is because a lot of the way that they are, the way that they interact with other people, things that are going on, okay, in order to be able to manipulate something, you have to kind of rewrite the reality. The reality is that it isn't like this, but in order for you to make it like that, or in order for it to happen like that, you kind of need to convince someone to see things in a different perspective. It's all about you doubting yourself or doubting your perception. So somebody who wants that to happen will say things like, are you sure? Like, are you sure that didn't really happen like that? Oh, come on, you're overreacting. Do you know what? You're too sensitive. Or they might say, oh, you're just imagining things. And the reason why someone would do that is to get you to doubt yourself. And that's what they are hoping, is that you will doubt yourself. This is all about projection, okay? Ultimately, you know the truth. But when someone is saying something like that, maybe you don't have proof, but like your gut feeling is like, no, wait, hold on a minute. This isn't right. This isn't true. Like, why is this happening? So a lot of it will be so that you doubt yourself. When you know you are doubting yourself, you are overthinking, you are ruminating. That is what is happening. And over time, this constant denial of reality will shift your perception. You'll end up thinking like that person. And that's what they want. They want you to stop thinking the way that you do, to stop critical thinking, okay, and to think like them. This burns out neurocircuitry within your executive functioning. This is why a lot of us become confused. We don't know what is going on. And you start questioning yourself and you think, am I really going mad? Like, am I going mad? Like, and you start asking people for their opinion or second opinions. Like, is this really true? Like, is this really happening? You then start to become destabilized because you know reality to be this. Like, for example, if I was to come on here and say, no, look, you know what? The sky isn't blue anymore. It's pink. The sky is pink. You're taking a look outside the window and you're looking at the sky and it's blue. And I'm telling you it's pink. So your perception is becoming skewed. You're like, oh yeah, there's hues of pink there. Or maybe, yeah, I can see the pink. So this is how someone is now manipulating you into believing something. Look, I'm not saying that this is exactly what they're going to say, but I'm just using that as an example to be able to skew someone's way of thinking and someone's perception. Okay, this is what they will do. And because you're a nice person, you don't want drama. You're not going to have any arguments. You're not going to argue back. And what this does is this damages your critical thinking and burns out neurocircuitry. This is what I'm saying, my friends. This is going to give you headaches. This is how, you change your perception to fit someone else's. Don't ever do that, my friends. Don't ever do that again. Recognize when it is happening and stand firm. This is where you got to trust your instincts and your gut feelings, my friends. The other one, this is painful. The other one is they will triangulate and they will cause competition and jealousy. So usually the reason why it's called triangulation is because it's three. Triangle has three sides, right? So they will bring another person in. Maybe you're still in that relationship with that person and they're going to be started talking about that person, started hanging out with them. Maybe you've finished and you're not in that relationship or that friendship or whatever, that dynamic anymore. And they'll bring another person in. You might see pictures on social media. That is the worst one. Start seeing pictures on social media. They'll bring another person in and they'll start putting that person on a pedestal and they'll put you down. And you're thinking to yourself, well, hold on a minute, what's going on here? Like, things aren't actually like that. What they're trying to do is create jealousy, because if they create jealousy, that's their validation that you still care and that they still have some emotional control over you. Harsh? Yeah. Painful? Yeah. And it's a mind game. Usually it will be an ex. Ultimately, it will be an ex. Or it'll be someone who they've had some sort of emotional interest in the past. Might be a friend, that the boundaries are crossed a little bit and you're thinking, just what the hell is going on here? But this is to keep you jealous and to create competition so that basically you up your game, so that you feel a certain way. This is all mind games. This is all emotional games. It serves two purposes. Number one, to keep you off balance. And it isolates you by making you feel like you are the one that is the problem. And above all, it's always about jealousy. It's always about to keep you in your place. It's always about you scrambling for their attention, for their validation. That's what they want. That is the hook. And the third game that they will play, the third mind game, is all about removing communication, then giving you a little bit and then removing communication and emotional withdrawal. So you think things are going great. You think that your relationship's going great, or maybe your friendship, or maybe even after the relationship, things are going all right. And you kind of got to some kind of discord with this person and you're thinking, yeah, like I understand, this is what we're doing. And then they withdraw. They switch things up and then they withdraw. And you don't hear from them. That causes this dysregulation in your mind because you're like, hold on a minute, what is actually going on here? And they'll ignore you. And that is the harshest thing. When you don't know that it's happening, or when you don't know that this is the thing, you didn't get the memo, right? They literally withdraw themselves from you. This causes confusion, destabilizes you. You want to know why. You want to know, have you upset them? Is there something that you can do? You want to talk to them, sort this out. This is a game. This is a game. Nobody in their right mind will just remove communication from you. Nobody in their right mind will just become silent and not want to speak to you with no explanation. Like, that is really actually quite childish and immature. But a narcissist will do this. They will do this because it leaves you off balance. And also, it's a way of controlling you. Without actually having to do anything, it's controlling the narrative of this interaction. Again, you didn't know that this was what was going to happen. And it's not a normal part of a relationship or a friendship. And again, it's trying to get your attention on them. They just want your attention, basically. So how do you break free from something like this? And you have to, my friends, you have to break free. These are the manipulation tactics. These are the games that they will play. Okay. And you have to be able to see through them, because otherwise you're going to be stuck thinking, why? Is it me? Like, is this something that I can do? No. They're games to make you feel like that. First thing I would say to you is recognize the patterns. If you are identifying any of these things that I've talked about in the video, there's patterns to this behavior. Okay, and it usually does come in threes. So identify it, see it for what it is. Your awareness will be your power. The next one is all about protection, boundaries. You got to protect yourself from this. If someone removes communication from you, let them. I know it is really painful and I know it's really harsh, but let them do that. And I'll tell you something, don't be a victim again or a target for them doing that again to you. You need to be able to detach yourself from them, because you're going to participate in this, silent treatment that they're doing, or perhaps maybe they're trying to triangulate you with another person, making you feel jealous. Like, are you going to participate in these games? Once, twice, all right, fine. Not third, fourth, fifth time. Then You are allowing this to happen to you. You are accepting this behavior. And the last one is, if you are going through this, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations to help you to understand this a little bit better. But also you need to be able to seek support. You need to be able to leave this. And I know it's not easy. I know it is challenging. I know it's hurtful, difficult, all of those things. But it's like I say, what are you going to do? Play these games? You're not going to be able to change this person. You're not going to make them see reason. That's not going to happen here. So you need to be able to protect yourself and see it for what it is. Someone who really loves you, who really values you, who really cares and respects you would not do this to you. They'd never put you in a position to be able to lose you. So why is this person doing this? Because they're toxic. That's why. Games. These are all games. Doesn't matter how old they are. This is what they're doing. So my friends, I really hope that this video helps to identify this. I really do. If you want more help and guidance, like I said, I do consultations. Please see the description box below. And also I do have a live stream that happens every single Tuesday at 9 p.m. UK time. So you can ask your questions there and join with the chat. It's really fun, actually. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.